Alright, so this is a full tutorial on how to burn a screen for screen printing. So you'll need photo emulsion, and I use Speedball, and they also sell their own screen printing kits that you can get for pretty cheap, and they're beginner friendly. A mesh screen, a scoop coater, transparency paper, and a sheet of glass or plexiglass. So you want to take your emulsion and spread a thin and even layer on both sides of your screen with the scoop coater. And when using emulsion, less is more, so you can avoid any type of buildup or streaking on your screen. And if you do have any streaking or buildup, you can just go over it again with your coater until it's nice and smooth. And once you finish coating your screen, you're going to want to put it in a dark place to dry overnight, and make sure that you lay it down flat so that none of the emulsion drips since it's still wet. Like you can see on this screen, I have some drippage because I had it standing upright instead of laying it flat. And you can use any dark space like a closet or even under your bed. But if you don't have the patience to let it dry overnight, you can use something like a fan and it'll dry in about 30 minutes. But I recommend doing it overnight just to be on the safe side. So once your screen is dry, you want to take your design that you made in Photoshop or Illustrator as a vector and then print it as a negative on transparency paper. And if you don't have transparency paper, click on the comment above and it'll take you to my previous video on how to make your own transparencies at home using any type of oil. So then you're going to take your transparency and you're going to put it on the back of your screen, but make sure you flip the image because if you forget this step, then your image is going to come out backwards. And then you'll use a piece of glass or plexiglass to put on top to weigh it down. And I'm just using a piece of glass that I got from a picture frame. And again, because emulsion is light sensitive, you're going to want to keep your screen covered until you're ready to expose it. So to expose your screens, you can use either UV light or direct sunlight, which is what I do. And when you put it in direct sunlight, you're only going to want to put it out there for about 45 seconds max because you don't want to overexpose your screen. To break down the exposing process, the sun is going to harden any of the exposed emulsion on your screen, and anything blocking the sunlight, which is going to be your black design on the transparency, is not going to get hard, and then that's what you'll be able to wash out and get a stencil to print with. So once the time is up, I cover my screen and bring it back inside and then take off the transparency and rinse the screen off in the sink using cold water, or you can use a water hose. But make sure to be very gentle when rinsing it off so that you don't blow out any of the details in your design. And then you're going to let your screen dry for a couple hours and lay it flat so none of the wet emulsion drips down the screen. And then once your screen is dry, you'll be ready to print. So that's the full process on how to burn your own screens at home. So let me know in the comments if you have any other questions or if you want to see the full process on how I screen print t-shirts. Peace.